Hey, hi. I want you to know something cool. I love reading the comments you leave me here on YouTube. I love them. It's so much fun. But when I got up this morning, I was sitting and drinking a cup of coffee and reading some comments, and one of them caught my attention. It was a woman who was using my insomnia video, and she wanted to share it with a friend of hers who is really suffering from insomnia, but that person is visually impaired or blind. And she said, your video is not accessible. And by that, she means that I am not saying verbally what points I am tapping on as we are tapping. And that's true. I don't do that. And there's a reason why I don't do that. And I explained that to her, but I also gave her a solution to the problem. But I'm going to provide another one here. So when I am creating work for you, there's flow to that work. And stopping the flow of that work to announce where I'm tapping, assuming you can see me, is an interruption to the flow of that work and might possibly render it less effective. So I don't do that. I also don't even do interviews anymore unless they are video. I don't do straight audio stuff at all because of that. It's just not, I just feel that it's not as effective. Now and I'm passionate about this. I don't want the flow of this work interrupted to the extent that I do not allow a thing on my videos here on YouTube that are called mid-roll ads. And you may not know that term, but if you've ever watched videos on here that aren't mine, you know that all of a sudden the video stops after a few minutes and it cuts away to this ad and you have to wait a few seconds to skip the ad. And then you go back to what you wanted to watch. I don't let those happen here in the middle of my videos. They can do before or after, but that's it. That is me so wanting to not interrupt the flow of this work for you that I say no to extra revenue. I do. I turn it down. I won't allow it on here because I am very passionate about creating work for you that is effective. And it has to do with the flow of this and not stopping in the middle. So now the next thing I'm going to tell you is that I already have a video, and this person who made the comment this morning was not aware of it. I did provide them the link. I have a video already on my website, apainplan.com. The links are below here. That is a video that talks and describes the tapping points. She wasn't aware of that. I have a lot of resources that are available only on my website. They are not here on YouTube. They're just not. So if you haven't gone there, you may want to check it out. Now, I decided that this was kind of an important thing. It's not my intention to exclude anyone from the help that I'm providing. So I decided I was going to make some video today anyway. I thought, okay, I will make a tapping tutorial, because even for those of you who can see and hear just fine, and there's closed caption available on all of these, you can click below on YouTube, and there's closed caption. It's not always 100% accurate, but pretty good. I decided I would just make one so that you can actually see and hear for yourself where we're going to tap. Now, some people do it a little bit different than I do, or in a little bit different order. It's fine. And I want you to know that there is no right or wrong way to tap. This is simply how I do it. And that this is a very, very forgiving technique. If you're tapping and you forget one of the points, it's going to work. Don't worry about it. Truly, don't stress over this. This is supposed to be fun, really. So here we go with some tapping points. Okay, now when we're starting to tap, we use a point that is commonly referred to as the karate chop point, but it is the outer edge of your hand. It is run up your hand from your little finger. It's between your little finger and your wrist, that outer edge of your hand. And this is either hand either side. It does not make any difference which hand or which side you're tapping with. As a matter of fact, when you're tapping on the points on your head and your face, you are welcome to use both hands if that feels good to you. It's going to be equally effective. So we begin by tapping that outer edge of the hand, and you can tap with a couple fingers or you can tap with all 4 fingers of your opposite hand. And then we're going to be repeating a setup phrase while we do that. Good. Now, the next point that I move to from there is the crown point, the very top of the head, the crown of your head. And I like to just so I know you're on it, just use all 4 fingers and tap there. If you're tapping down onto your forehead, you're in the wrong place. You're not in the right place. Just move it back up to the very tip top of your head. Good. All right, next point. It is the eyebrow point, and that is the very beginning of your eyebrow, just up from your nose. The inside, like up from your nose, the inside corner of your eye, it's above that where your eyebrow starts. And for this point, you're going to want to use 2 fingers. And you can use both hands if you want, and tap both sides, both inner eyebrow points. Whatever feels good to you. The next point is out beside your eye. It's on that outer orbit of your eye on the bone. It is not back on your temple, it is on the bone. These are meridian endpoints for acupuncture. So out beside your eye. Good. Now, next you're going to move directly below the iris of your eye to the bottom of that, of your occipital orbit. Right there on the bone, below your eye. And then below your nose. And this is between the bottom of your nose and your upper lip. There's a place there where it kind of dents in, and just tap there. Either hand. Probably you're going to need to pick one hand there. Then the next is below your lower lip, between your lower lip and your chin, where it kind of goes in. There's a dent there, and that's where you want to tap. Okay. Now, collarbone points. There are a lot of points in this area, including a thymus point. I like to take the entire palm of my hand, because I think this makes it easier than trying to figure out where something is. Take the entire palm of your hand, locate your collarbone, where your collarbone is, and then put your hand and just tap. You'll be hitting both collarbones and the area a little bit above and also a little bit below those. That way you get good coverage. Then you don't have to worry about which point is where. I want to make it easy for you, okay? And the last point on your body is the underarm point. And this one is, I'm going to move my camera for a second. This is 4 inches approximately below your armpit. If you're a woman and wearing a bra, it's probably where your bra strap comes across. And again, this is either side of the body. I'm simply tapping one side. Some people like to tap both sides at the same time. I find that kind of awkward, so I just do one. Okay, now the last point that I use are wrist points, and not everybody uses these. What we're going to do is take your index finger of one hand, and above your hand, as you slide your finger up towards your wrist, it's above your wrist bone, right there where it's maybe about an inch up onto your arm. And then take your thumb, and it's the point on the inside, just opposite that, on the inside of your wrist. So on the top and the bottom of your wrist. And you're just going to hold those points gently. And we're going to breathe in through our nose and blow it out through your mouth while you're holding those points, and then say peace. Good job. That is one round of EFT, one round of tapping with me. So feel free to adjust this as needed. Again, there isn't a wrong way to do it. Other people may teach it a different way, and that's just perfectly fine. Do what's comfortable for you. If you have a point that isn't comfortable to tap on, don't tap there. You're still going to get a good result. I promise. This is a useful thing. Now, I want to tell you about some things that I am doing here on YouTube that you may not be aware of. I have decided to treat this a little bit more like social media. So I am making use of the Communities tab. If you're a subscriber, I am interacting with people on the Communities tab. Just click it. I think you have to be a subscriber to go there. And I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel to do that. And I'm posting some things about tapping and feeling better, but also just some things about my life. As a matter of fact, a few days ago, I posted a picture of a tornado taken from my balcony that was out over the water. And that was super cool. It's called a water spout when it's out over the water. I'm in Florida. So yeah. Anyway, I'm posting about a lot of things there, and it's just a good way to engage. So the Communities tab is in use, and it's there for you, and you may not have known about it. Now, if you are enjoying my work, please like this video and subscribe to me here on YouTube. If you subscribe and get my free gift, which is down below this, you're going to get 2 videos that are going to help you see what's really underneath your pain or issue. They're useful and they're free. It will subscribe you to my email list, and I occasionally email you with cool stuff. The other thing I have is an invitation to my private Facebook group. That's down there too. If you click that, just be sure that you answer the questions so that you get admitted to the group, but that's your invitation. I have many things for you, lots of places. I want you to feel better because I think you deserve to feel better. So I will see you soon. And I had a lot of fun doing this for you today. Thanks.